Welcome. First of all, in terms of the fallout potentially from the election, the airport build-out, that's been a big part of the infrastructure development. Are there any implications post-election?
I don't think so. I think that focus on infrastructure will remain. I think there's a recognition that it is driving growth, it is helpful, and as it is, there's already a pipeline through to 2030 in terms of development. So we don't see anything changing significantly.
Yes, the Nedubey Afakasa was saying the same thing, that public and private capital has been committed over the next 5 to 7 years. Correct. In terms of the thematic over here at the CAPA India Summit this year in 2024, there's a big emphasis on partnerships, new routes and cooperation with the Gulf and India and Asia more broadly. Saudi is well represented here. We've just heard about Etihad and China cooperation. What's driving that, Binit?
So international traffic in India has traditionally been quite underpenetrated. If you look back to 20 years ago, domestic traffic, international traffic were about the same. Today, international traffic is about half of domestic. It's been suppressed because Indian carriers didn't have the capital to have wide-body aircraft to expand overseas, so their focus was on domestic. And because of bilateral constraints, foreign carriers couldn't expand as much as they wanted to. Now we have privatized Air India under the Tata Group. They're investing significantly in their fleet, including wide-body aircraft. You have Indigo, which is India's largest airline, one of the most successful airlines in the world, just posted a profit of $1 billion last year. Very aggressive expansion plans, looking to double its fleet to about 700 aircraft in the next 5 to 7 years. That would put it amongst the size of the largest airlines that exist today. So all those aircraft are going to go somewhere, and I think a lot of that will go on international routes. And I think the increasingly aspirational Indian consumer is wanting to holiday in Dubai or Singapore, Thailand, and increasingly even in the UK and in the US and Australia. So that is what is driving this growth in international traffic.
Understood. Binit, if we can take a step back and examine the financial health of the Indian carriers as a sector, Indigo is the only one that is consistently profitable. Why is that? What kind of position are they in to really meet all that demand that you talk about?
So if we look at the period between 2010 and 2023, Indian carriers at a consolidated level lost about 17 billion US dollars, so significant red ink. Due to a combination of things, very intense competition. At times there were 6, 7, 8 carriers operating on a single route. A lot of capacity coming into the market, perhaps ahead of demand, and that was pushing prices down. We've had periods of oil price spikes that obviously don't help. There's a taxation regime that is quite punitive. Taxation on fuel on domestic routes averages about 24%, which is the highest in the world. So the combination of all of that has been quite challenging for the industry.